just a stunner of a day. So here we are in the system that we were planning to stay ahead of. It's very uncomfortable right now.
We got your soul.
This is the first time any of us have done any of this, and it was pretty overwhelming. I'm Kate, and this is my husband Mick, our kids Thomas and Bentley. We bought a 45-foot sailboat, Meraki, completely refit her, had a shakedown cruise, and now we're ready to sail to Mexico and beyond. These are my parents. They're helping us sail down to California, and then they'll be preparing their sailboat to join us on the journey. Come along with us as we learn, laugh,
I play with boats,
and explore. And hey, don't forget to hit subscribe.
I just can't stop singing. Oh, how baby I love
What's happening today?
we're leaving Eureka.
What? That's so crazy.
Yeah, so from yesterday midday, the weather looked good, and there was an update at midnight, and it'll be the last one before we leave, so I'm just checking that out now. Right there.
And it kind of moves with us.
A little bit.
All right. Hey, are you guys ready for San Fran?
Yeah. Is that where we're going next?
Dad.
Do you mean San Francisco, California?
San
I
Francisco.
left my heart in San Francisco.
California.
Hi, Eureka.
Look at that. Beautiful. Glassy water behind you, Bentley. Well, it looks like a pretty perfect day to be doing a bar crossing, doesn't it?
It does. It's actually a beautiful day.
It's beautiful. Calm, glassy water. It won't be once we're over the bar, but it's about an hour, hey, to get out of here, would you say?
We think we'll be at the bar in about an hour.
Yeah.
We are about 5 minutes from the bend, which will turn us west to head out Eureka. So right now we're in all these protected areas, and then as we turn the corner, it's a straight shot out to the Pacific, so we'll encounter all the swells then, and it sounds like it's 6 footers as soon as we turn around the bend.
Just wanna spend some time together before everything's gone. It's in the air, can't you feel?
It's just a stunner of a day. We've got our main up with 2 reefs in it to stabilize the boat again. The sun is shining. We have visibility because there is no fog. And we've got 2 buddy boats with us. So I just don't know that it gets any better than this. Bentley thinks it could be a bit warmer. I don't disagree, but I'm not complaining. It'll probably be almost impossible to see. I don't have my zoom lens and I'm not going down to get it. But we've got a pod of whales just off of our starboard side. Beautiful, they're just right there. Woohoo! Cruising along with the whales. Look at this.
We should have loved each other, baby. What could I have done? Just wanna spend
He's just
some time
sitting.
together before everything's gone. It's in the air, can't you feel that good times are coming on?
How's your day going?
Just fantastic. It's so beautiful and sunny and warm. Well, okay, I take back the warm part.
It's not exactly
I'm
warm.
warm now that
There's
I'm dressed
some
for winter.
Yeah, there's some warmth in the air, but I have 2 pants on. Well, far off in the distance is probably pod number 6 that we've seen today.
Yeah.
Crazy out here.
I think they like our hull or something.
I don't know. So just behind me, off of our port side, is Cape Mendocino. There's like a whitish rock that kind of stands on its own, and I believe that is the cape, right? Mom nods. Yes, correct. So it's pretty wild through here. There's some parts of it that are only like 30 feet deep. So of course the waves really build over those shallow parts, but it's totally beautiful and calm. There's a nice open ocean swell, but nothing crazy. And we might actually get our first sunset tonight.
I'm having a great day. It's beautiful. I was just having a little sun nap, so I just woke up.
My shift is almost done. It's been the easiest shift we've had so far.
Captain Autopilot's doing a good job back there.
Yeah.
Captain
well,
AP.
George is doing fine.
California.
Rounding the last part of Cape Mendocino. What do you think about that? Big scary cape. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
It is when you pick days like this, isn't it? How do you feel on just long days when we're out here? Do you kind of just get tired?
Get bored.
You get bored? I feel that way sometimes, and then I just think about what we're actually doing, and that it's okay to be bored, and it's okay to just sit and just stare out at all the beauty around us.
Yeah.
So we were just downstairs putting the dinner dishes away, and we came up and look at what we saw. It is just this most beautiful evening. This is the flattest we have seen the North Pacific Ocean since we left. Cape Mendocino is in our distant past.
So it's day 2 of leaving Eureka on our way to Drake's Bay and San Francisco. Today is like a totally different day than yesterday. Yesterday was all blue skies and whales. Today is rain, strong wind, choppy seas, and gray skies. I woke up feeling pretty seasick. When we left Eureka, we knew that this system was coming, but the plan was to stay ahead of it, and we just haven't stayed ahead of it. So here we are in the system that we were planning to stay ahead of. It's very uncomfortable right now because the wind is coming straight at our nose, so we're just plowing into it. We're gonna try and get the sails up and tack in towards shore, so we'll be on a bit of a close reach.
Yeah.
Hopefully that will make things a little more comfortable, and hopefully we will go a bit faster.
So this is sailing Bentley.
We got the sails up and we turned the engine off.
Yeah.
A little wet out here.
You are a little wet.
We're just heading like straight into a southerly. I think it's like 15, probably 20 knots, hey?
Yeah.
The engine just couldn't keep any good speed, so we shut that off, raised the jib, so we got the jib and 2 reefs in the main, and now we're tacked back to land. It's not really where we want to go. It's
But we're
faster.
going a lot faster.
Yeah. Well, big wave.
Hey, on people.
There she goes again.
This is so crazy. I've just been really not feeling well, so I've just been laying on the floor down here because it's really wet and cold up top. We continued to bash into it for the entire day, a total of 20 hours. The crew was pretty sick, and Kevin and Mick pretty much manned the boat the entire time.
It's 8:30. I've been up since 3:30. It's 8 p.m. It's 8:30 p.m. and I've been up manning the boat since 3:30 a.m. It's a long day.
Very glad to be arriving in San Fran today. It was pretty harsh, wasn't it? That was a hard day. But today it'll all be a distant memory because this is going to be a beautiful arrival into San Francisco, I think. It's the first time we've had clear skies at sunrise. We've got a beautiful following sea, nice big swell, just surfing our way in here.
So everyone, we survived last night and yesterday. This one's still struggling. How are we all feeling about going under the San Fran Bridge?
Really good.
Look at this day. San Francisco's welcoming us. I had really hoped it'd be a clear day so we could sail under the bridge and actually see it. And it's gonna be that way maybe. Emotions and moments on the ocean can change in an instant. A new day brought excitement and elation as we prepared to sail under the Golden Gate Bridge.
Where's San Francisco?
Pretty crazy, hey? What do you think, Bentley?
Pretty cool.
What color is the bridge, Tommy?
International orange.
International orange. How's this?
This is great. Awesome.
I can't believe the clear skies we're having. What? This is so crazy. What is happening? We were expecting so much traffic and there's no one. We just have it all to ourselves. This is pretty unreal. Here we go. We're going under. Is this really where we're anchoring? It's crazy! We found a spot called the San Francisco Aquatic Park and it looks like it's just like right downtown. It's unreal. So here we are in San Francisco.
I feel a song coming on.
That's all I have.
I left my heart.
Oh gosh. But seriously, we are in this amazing anchorage right downtown San Francisco. And we have this amazing meal. Does it get any better?
Presented by the $30s.
Yes,
Might
thank
wanna-
you $30s. I don't know if anyone understands that inside joke, but
Don't bother telling it.
yeah, we took the bus and the bus driver was sure to point out that the seniors were only $1.30. So now I call them the $30s.
63rd birthday make you a senior. That's 65.
Well, I guess in America it's 60.
Or I'm looking really tired, one or the other.
No, because it was 60 and up. After his day of not eating, what was your one
He
wish?
wanted
Steak with ketchup.
I got
Steak with ketchup, and what did you get?
Steak with ketchup and more.
Woo! I feel like I'm not totally sure how good our footage will come out from the last 3 weeks because this is the first time any of us have done any of this and it was pretty overwhelming. I felt like a sponge just like absorbing our environment and adapting to everything and trying to figure everything out. Like it was so different from anything I've ever done that then it's hard to film that because you're so busy trying to acclimate to your new world.
Every minute was learning and learning together and figuring out the best way to do things.
Testing the boat.
Yeah.
So I thought we should just summarize what our trip was like from Victoria to San Francisco really quickly, just in case some of it was missed in the footage.
Sounds perfect to me.
So we left Victoria and we did a day trip across to Port Angeles, and that was our hands down
Best sailing day to date.
That was amazing. Yeah, we had 2 reefs in the main and just the front jib up, and we just flew along.
and it was so fun. We all were so excited.
Yeah.
And then we spent just one night in Port Angeles, got up at 6 a.m. and we left Port Angeles and we went all the way around Cape Flattery.
Yeah, so it was just a straight bomb of like, what, 12 hours from Port Angeles to Cape Flattery. The wind was right at us, pretty calm seas, just some big swells, and we motored the whole way.
The plan was to stop in Nia Bay, and our mentors, helpers had said it's a really good idea to stop there and get a rest. But I think all of us were kind of, let's say, over eager to get out offshore.
Yeah.
And so we made the decision together to not stop at Nia Bay. We don't need a rest, we're good.
We're doing laundry.
We were doing laundry at the conference.
You know how everything works. Most of the time, we had the wind and waves coming from behind us, but they were a good 6 to 8 foot seas, some swells in the 10 to 12 foot range, winds 15 to 20, gusting 25, the odd 30, and we were okay. We thought, hey, this isn't so bad.
We
just
did.
thought,
I remember the first night as we surfed down these 8-foot waves, I was levitating in the air, but it wasn't uncomfortable. We weren't jarring or banging around. It was a very smooth, comfortable ride.
You know, when we were coming past Cape Flattery and there was a wall of fog that was about a mile off, the first thought I had there, I wonder how everyone's going to react to fog, because it can be quite disorienting to just rely on your instruments
Right.
to direct the boat and keep it from running into
Which
other
was
boats or other
fine.
things. And I was blown away. The first hour in fog, everybody was catching on to radar, understanding how AIS works, and I was actually there really impressed with how the crew performed, because that's usually a very alarming moment for people that haven't been in zero visibility before. Then as we got further along in the actual sea state, it was kind of what I was expecting, but I didn't know how the boat was going to react to it. And our friend George really became probably the most important component of our crew, who we've named our autopilot George.
Well, and
That
we
was
did
such a
have
help to
some
us.
issues with George.
Well,
The
George
chain
broke
kept
for a little
falling
bit,
off.
but the chief engineer,
George got
He was on
seasick
it.
at one point.
yeah. He's
Needed a break.
like, bugger this. There was a span of 4 hours where the autopilot busted, the engine started smoking, the kids were freezing, cold, wet, and seasick.
Mick and Kate know every square inch of this boat. And Mick knew exactly what tools he needed and exactly where he needed to go. And he had that thing hammered back into place and operational within, I don't know, 20 minutes. And the little bit of water ingress that we had there, we got that dealt with.
Oh yeah.
And we were...
Oh, that was
Yeah,
the third
good.
issue.
That was the other
There was
thing.
3
Water.
issues.
And the,
water pouring into our bilges. So that ended up being 3 full days and 2 nights at sea, and then we landed in Newport, Oregon.
we came in at the beginning of the long Labor Day weekend in the States, and Newport is the fishing capital of Oregon. And we just were, it was like seeing a show, a fishing show. I
was
love
fun.
fishing, and we saw larger albacore tuna than I've ever seen, and there was...
And just like so many boats, like hundreds of boats coming and going from the
Yeah.
marina we were at. So Newport was fun. I think it was really cool for the kids to see that American culture, the big pickup trucks, the flags flying. Like it was just
Big
so
RVs.
huge
Yeah.
RVs. Like it was very cool.
Yeah.
And then our trip from Newport, Oregon to Eureka, California was 2 days and 2 nights.
Yep.
And it was flat calm. We were all bored out of our minds.
Yeah.
We didn't get the sails up once, I don't think.
It was foggy, but wildlife.
Oh, we did see some good
We
wildlife.
saw a lot of wildlife. Whales, dolphins.
Showed up for my birthday.
Oh yeah, that was your birthday
Yeah.
trip too.
Eureka was meant to be a fuel stop.
Yeah.
So we did that with the idea that we were going to be gone early the next morning.
Yeah.
But it just didn't go that way, and we actually ended up being there for 8 days, 9
Yes.
days or something.
8.
Too long. It was a long time. We were all getting really antsy. So then we left Eureka and we sailed to San Francisco Bay, and it was supposed to be a 2-day, 1-night passage.
Yep.
And we were pretty excited to only be at sea for 1 night. We were going to land into Drake's Bay later in the evening, like in the dark, but man, that we underestimated southerly winds and southerly swell banging into our nose and what exactly that would do to our boat.
So the first day leaving Eureka, getting around Cape Mendocino was totally fine and calm, but we couldn't get ahead of that southerly wind, and we just got we got slammed.
And we were averaging like 2 knots. Like
Yeah.
it was brutal. We were hardly moving. And then we threw our sails up and we were tacking on a beam reach. And we were going like 7-8 knots.
We were flying
but
with
we
sails.
were hardly making any ground
Yeah.
south.
But we were going really fast.
Yeah.
And it was way more comfortable.
Saturday, when all of us were seasick, only Mick and Kevin powered through. The 2 women and the 2 children gave up, and we were all down below. And Kate goes, "Mom, did you get any footage?" I'm going, "Are you kidding me?" No, that wasn't on my mind.
Yes, actually having the camera out here was challenging
Oh, it
as
was
the salt water
pouring
was
with rain.
spraying and the rain was pouring. And
The
No, anyone
nose
in
was
the-
going under the waves. Waves, like the tow rail of the boat heeled over, picking up water as well.
All in all, it was just a great trip.
Yeah.
I think everything that we expected to happen happened. Your boat really, like Stan Huntingford, I take my hat off to you. You've designed a very, very sea-kind boat here. Very
Yeah.
strong.
Kate and I are oh so thankful to have you guys aboard.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Like, we couldn't have done that without you. The extra hands up and down in the boat.
Yeah,
was
we couldn't have
unbelievable.
done
Good
it
team
without
effort.
extra
Yeah.
hands and without the extra knowledge and everything. It would have been way too overwhelming for just Mick and I with, 2 months of experience that we have. So it's no secret that we aren't very experienced. I feel so privileged to be
Yeah.
traveling right now and to
Absolutely.
feel safe traveling right now. Like, we are very fortunate.
Yes.
And I just,
And it's all worth it.
yeah.
And it was all better than I expected. It was really, really a great experience.
Like, it's just really crazy that we're in San Francisco.
We're in San Francisco.
Like, what? Yeah, so
that was
thank
good.
you for having us, America.
Yeah,
We're
you.
really happy to be here.
very fortunate.
Love y'all.
See